Welcome to the Hence Trade. Today, I found an indicator that is dangerously accurate. One day, I was searching the internet for what I hope to be the best indicator out there. Now, some people would call this a waste of time because there's not an indicator out there that can actually work that good. And they are probably right. I checked indicator after indicator. All of these indicators were promising huge gains, but when I backtested them, they were all complete useless. I was actually pretty depressed because I felt I was being lied to by these indicator creators, promising these huge gains, but all I was getting in return was my stop loss getting hit. After hours of searching through indicators, I stumbled upon one that looked somewhat promising. I added it to my chart expecting some mediocre indicator that would be right somewhat of the time. But then I checked the chart history, and I was blown away by how accurate this indicator appeared to be. It was doing a surprisingly good job at finding where the trend started and ended. I was starting to get extremely excited because I thought I stumbled upon a gold mine. But there was a huge problem. Upon closer inspection, I was starting to see some problems. This indicator was doing a spectacular job at finding good trades when the market was trending like this. But where the problem started arising was when the market was moving sideways and didn't have a lot of movement. That's when the indicator started making false signals and really brought down the win rate of the indicator. So I had to think of a way to completely redesign this indicator. A way to alter the mechanics and absolutely change the mathematics and calculations to where they only calculated upon the solid. I changed the settings. Yeah, I just changed the settings. First things first, you need to get on TradingView. If you don't yet have it, I'll leave a link in the description. Next, go to your chart and click Indicators. You are then going to search EMA Trend Meter. Click this one right here. Next, click this little gear icon to enter the settings menu. Now, one of the main reasons why this indicator was inaccurate was because it was a little too sensitive, and it would enter a buy or sell from just a little movement. To make sure we only enter when there is a greater chance of a trend to occur, we have to raise the default settings. Change the EMA baseline to 13, the EMA fast to 21, the EMA medium to 34, and finally the EMA slow to 55. Then, click the Styles tab and uncheck this Shapes box right here. Voila, your indicator is more accurate. But there's still a major problem. Sure, we made the indicator less sensitive, so it will only give us a signal when there is a greater chance of a trend, but we didn't really fix the problem I mentioned before. It's still giving us signals when the market is consolidating. And as we all know, indicators in consolidating markets don't work that well. So we have to find a solution to that. After hours of research of trying to find a solution to this problem, I finally found the perfect fit. To add it to your chart, type in Stochastic Momentum Index and select this one by Surge, Surgithtal, this guy. Go to the settings of this new indicator, go to the Styles tab, change the color of the stochastic to white, and then raise the opacity. So now we have two indicators on our chart, one for finding trends and one to make sure we aren't consolidating. The perfect duo. So what's the strategy? First, you have to select a time frame. Now, this indicator will work for all time frames, but from my backtesting, I found that it works extremely well on higher time frames. So, I'd suggest using the 1 hour, 4 hour, or daily. We'll just use the 4 hour for the examples in this video. The strategy is actually pretty simple. If you are interested in entering a long trade, you first need all three of these lines to be green, just like this. If two of the lines are green and one is still red, we do not enter this trade. All three of the lines must be green to enter a trade. If you simply just do this in itself on a higher time frame and look at the chart history, you will see that simply doing this works very, very well. Like, just look at this. In this area, the indicator's green and the chart is going up. In this area, the indicator is red and the chart is going down. It works extremely well. I'm actually quite surprised. We can make it better. So now we have this second indicator. First thing, we need this white line to go beneath this bottom blue line. This will make sure there is volatility in the market and that there's movement or a pullback happening. Next, to make sure we have bullish momentum, this white line must cross above this red line. If we get this combination, we can enter a trade. So let's go over a trade example. First, we go on the 4 hour time frame. Next, we wait for the trend meter to have all lines green. So we're good here. Next, we wait for the second indicator to go below the blue line like this. Then we wait for the white line to cross and go above the red line. Once this happens, check your trend meter and make sure it's still all green. We're good, so we can enter the trade. Now, this is the point where you can put your own twist on the indicator. The take profit and stop loss can be built around your own liking. An alternate way you can use this indicator is what I'm going to call the noob way. It still works extremely well, but just know you can get a lot more out of this indicator by adding other confluences. You're going to enter, set your stop loss below the recent low, then set your take profit at a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Let the price play out and boom, you got a winning trade. Okay, let's go over a short example. First, make sure all three of these lines are red this time. Next, make sure the stochastic momentum index's white line has gone above this top blue line. Then finally, the white line should cross below the red line. Check again and make sure your trend meter is all red still. Enter the short trade, set your stop loss above the recent high, and set your take profit at a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And boom, you got another easy winning trade. Alright, how about we increase the accuracy of the strategy a bit more? This strategy works extremely well. And to be honest, so I just had to share it with you. Try it out yourself. Let me know how it works for you. Press the subscribe button for more and watch these videos to you.